Welcome to the evening show with Ben Ferguson. On tonight's show, we have two wonderful actresses, E. Bonnie Lewis, co-artistic director of Drama Dogs, and an Independent Theater Award winner, along with Ivy Vahanian, New York and regional theater actress, and with Santa Barbara's The Producing Unit. But first, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Mr. Ben Ferguson.
Thank you, Dominic. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, thank you all for coming. What a nice looking crowd. Wow, 85, 90 degrees out there. Santa Barbara, what a wonderful place. You know, Santa Barbara could quite possibly be not only the nicest place in California, but maybe the world as far as a vacation spot. The reason I say this is because I have a 2 weeks vacation coming up, and I get to figure out where I'm going to go. And this is a true story. I was driving down Cabrillo Boulevard the other day, and I'm thinking, where can I go? Where can I go? I'm a little excited, and I look over to the left, and I see nothing but palm trees, waves, boats. This is the most beautiful, perfect vacation spot. I have to really go anywhere. I'm thinking 50 weeks of this, and maybe I'll just go up to Lompoc for a week and down to Ventura for a week, right? Kind of keep things in perspective. You know, I don't mean to give Lompoc and Ventura a hard rap. You know, they're kind of like Santa Barbara's. If you don't know where Ventura and Lompoc are, Lompoc's a little bit north of us. Ventura's a little bit south of us. They're kind of like Santa Barbara's kind of older stepkids, maybe. Maybe they get into some trouble once in a while. You know, nothing major. You do have them over for dinner once in a while. You put away your good things before they come over, but nonetheless, they're family. I tell you what, I will not say anything more bad about Lompoc or Ventura. They're fine. But speaking of Lompoc and Ventura, I was speaking with a friend of mine the other day. You noticed in the past month at 3 o'clock, have you noticed the breeze that comes through here? It's a real hard breeze, 3 to 3:15 every day, 3 o'clock. I mean, right on the nose. A friend of mine's a meteorologist, so I call him up and I'm like, tell me what's going on. I mean, I 3 o'clock and it's going to be gone in a month, and he said it happens every year. And he said that what happens is up in the northern part, you have a vortex that slowly ranges through the ridge. And I'm like, no, put it in layman's terms. And he said, layman's terms is Ventura sucks and Lompoc blows. Whoa! And now I said I wouldn't say anything about it. Listen, guys, that was uncalled for. We have an incredible, incredible show tonight. Did you hear about the guest that Dominique mentioned? On Broadway, off Broadway, film and television, we have it all tonight. We have a really good show, and I want to thank you guys for coming, and everybody out there, thank you for watching. Right now, we have the evening show band. We have the star of the evening show band, and I have no idea what he's going to do, but Mr. John Cantadella, take it away. Better each time.
I love it every time. Every time.
All right, we promised the viewers last week that you were going to bring some pictures from your death-defying hiking trip.
My adventure.
Yes, with the bison or whatever they were.
No bison this time. Bears.
Bears.
This time there's bears.
Did you see the movie?
And no, you told me in the end, don't watch the movie till after we return.
That's right. I'm sorry.
You said I may not go on the trip if I watched it.
Right.
But I have it in my notes. Don't worry. But no. Just to further tease the situation, I didn't get home until like 10 o'clock last night.
So no
pictures. So the pictures will be next time.
Okay.
But I survived, and it was amazing, and I hope everybody goes to Yosemite
So did you see a bear?
On some sort of adventure. Yes, but not in our campsite, which was preferable.
Good.
Yes, so we survived. But I always feel bad. You always ask me what I've been up to. What are you up to? You're always helping everybody else.
Here's what I'm doing. Thanks for asking, Dominic. We didn't rehearse that at
all. Wink, wink.
I've started a play, Calamity Jane. We're going to talk a little bit more about that next time.
But you're in it.
I'm in it. And actually, our next show, after this show, we're going to have all the actors from Calamity Jane on. But speaking of actors, you mentioned who we have today.
Yes.
We got some heavy hitters.
This is a big one.
I know.
Both of them are amazing women.
Yeah. So I'm a little kind of, but we're going to be just fine.
Ask them for their favorite. You should ask them, what tip would they give you for your show?
Yeah, we'll talk about them, and maybe I'll do that afterwards.
Okay.
I'm still a little
soak up their genius.
A little
you know?
standoffish. A little bit.
Soak it all in.
Too involved. I'll soak it all in.
Good.
Yeah. So you will have pictures next time.
I will have pictures. I promise you.
And we'll put them on a DVD or whatever. We'll show.
I will do whatever is best.
Believe it or not, there are people out there that want to see this.
Well, I hope if I encourage one person to like go take a hike or not shower for 7 days, then my job is done, you know? On that note.
Yes, we'll do it. Listen, we're going to bring out our first guest. She's been a local of Santa Barbara for a long, long time, and she's going to tell us about the independent, what is it? Help me with it.
The Independent Theater Award.
I have a hard time saying that.
You know, like the Independent, the
newspaper.
Newspaper, exactly. Okay. So she's won their
she's
theater
the
award.
Award winner from the Independent, theater awards.
That's big time.
Yeah, she's going to tell us all about that. So
perfect.
Listen, I want to thank you for being part of this, and once again, we'll see you. You'll bring the pictures when we have our little Calamity Jane television show. Yes.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dominique Samario.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Hey, your remote's fine. That's right, batteries are fine. Yeah, look up here. Up here, that's right. Hi. Look this is your lucky day. You've been channel surfing for the past 5 minutes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa is right. Listen, I'm here to customize the perfect show for you. Okay, no more channel surfing. I'm here to help you. This is your lucky day. What do you like? Tell me what you like. Do you like beautiful women? Well, yeah. Well, then take a look at these. Okay, good. What else do you like? Do you like riveting interviews with local stars? How about this? Yeah, he was an entity that lived in the basement in the gift shop where you worked.
Yeah,
wait, that was Ron Latham. Let's hear more of that. Yeah, we can see a little bit more in just a minute. I'm trying to build a show for you, customize the perfect show, okay? You like live music? Yeah. Try this out. You like really good comedy? Well, yeah. Check this out. Now, if you've ever been to a dog race, they have a mechanical rabbit that goes, phew, shoots on the inside of the track, and all the dogs, lady, what have you called the veterinarian for? She comes up to me, she reaches right in here, she grabs on it, she goes, because these puppies are getting sick. Sit back, relax, put the remote down. Take it away, Dominique.
Welcome to the evening show with Mr. Ben Ferguson.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring out our first guest. She is an Independent Theater Award winner. Please welcome Miss Ivy Vahanian Lewis. Vahanian Lewis, thank you for coming and being part of this.
My pleasure. This is fabulous.
What a big night we have with you and Ivy.
I know. The stars are shining bright.
Yes, they are.
Yes, it will be wonderful.
You know, I went onto your website just before you came out here.
Drama Dogs. Yes.
Drama Dogs.
Drama Dogs, a theater company.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I'd love to talk about Drama Dogs.
Okay.
We started this company about 10 years ago, but we've been in town for 20 years. We've had a couple incarnations, a couple different names. But my husband, Ken Gilbert, and I, we're the co-artistic directors of the company. And our motto is theater from the inside out. And we really love working with just this wonderful physical form that we live in because, and now you've started acting, so you see what that's like. The expressive power of how we carry ourselves, how we present ourselves.
The truth.
The truth.
Right.
And there's so many different ways to go about discovering the truth when you're in a play, when you're in a production, when you're in a theater piece or a performance. And we've just found that this method, this technique, works for us, works for our company. So
from what I got at it, and I read the whole thing, and I read it really quickly because I didn't have much time, but it looked like, well, I'm going to read it again. But okay. I would like, it looks like if you're in a situation like I am, because I have a part coming up, we talked about that a minute ago, right. I can go to you, and you guys can help me formulate it.
Love doing stuff like that. We love, what we call it in the way that we work with people, finding handles, finding actual physical anchors to create a character. So you're creating a believable person on stage in a moment because, as you know, with theater, it's all about suspending disbelief.
Right,
so
okay. But you're going to bring out the real cowboy in me. That's what I need.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I like that.
Well, we'll work on it.
You know, I also wanted to mention that you have the 12-12-120 program.
Oh, thank you.
And I want you to know that I signed up for that, and I'm a member of the 12-12-120 program.
Thank you so much as a theater person in this town because it's not just about acting, even though many people know me just as an as an actor.
Right.
When you're a co-artistic director of a theater company, you're producing, you're raising funds, you're finding material, you're directing. I also choreograph. So there are many hats that we wear when you're in charge of a theater company.
Tell everybody out there what 12-12-120 is.
12-12-120, it's sort of my ode to KCET. I don't know if I can say KCET.
You can say whatever you want.
Can I say KCET?
Sure you
my
can.
ode to it's a sustaining donation. So most people can afford $12 a month. And I started playing around with numbers in my head. If I'm not memorizing lines, I guess I'm playing around with numbers in my head. $12 a month for 12 months, 120 people, and all our expenses would be covered. And then we can get to do what we love to do, which is create and to put on theatrical pieces. So if you go to our website, we have a PayPal. When you saw that, we have a PayPal button, and you can choose what your monthly donation can be. And I figure $12, it's 2 lattes and a scone.
Well, I'll be doing without scones for a while.
So you don't need the scone. No, because you're going to be on stage, right?
Yes,
so you
that's
can't.
right.
So and the,
I know.
And the lattes are low-fat milk
that.
now. The lattes are low-fat.
What else are you doing these days?
We're so excited. We're in production now for our latest piece. It's called "Dance Me to the End of Love," which is a lyric from Leonard Cohen. And we discovered this wonderful playwright. Her name is E.M. Lewis. Stands for Ellen Margaret, but she goes by E.M. She has a series of short plays, and we are doing a series of 8 short plays by E.M. Lewis. And we have a company of 6 actors, and it's as if we're in repertoire actually in the evening. And so all the actors will be rotating different parts. I'll be doing 2 different characters, and we're going to stitch together these 6 one-acts.
What theater is this going to be?
It's going to be at Center Stage Theater.
Wow.
We open September 26th, and we run for 2 weeks in a row, September 26th through September 28th, and then the following October 2nd through October 5th.
8 acts an evening?
8 short plays.
How long does that last?
It's only going to be about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're stitching it all together with the tango. So the best part is to learn the tango.
So people like me that have a problem with patience, that'll be fine because you'll be on to the
Well,
next act.
that's what I
or the
figured.
next
You
act.
know, in this culture, in this culture with
Really?
the short attention
That's
spans.
Yeah, I'll be texting in between
Done.
acts.
If
And
you do that, I'll get off stage
I
and
won't
I'll
do it.
take the phone.
Won't
I'll
even bring
take
the phone in. I
Don't bring the
promise I
phone
won't.
in. Turn it off.
Bonnie, I have a couple of pictures.
Great.
Yes, and I just wanted you to help me
Okay.
out because I needed some explanation. Can you get a shot of this? Let's see if we can focus in on that.
Drama Dogs received a grant, and we work with Santa Barbara High School, and there is a play about bullying called "Thank You for Flushing My Head Down the Toilet and Other Rarely Used Expressions," written by a friend and colleague of mine, John Dorff. And we put this show on at Santa Barbara High School, and so that is a picture of the company and part of how we put the show together.
So you get into the high schools as well.
We
as
work
the-
in the high schools. Yes, we love it. We love that. That's one of the things we do. And this is our most current production, Defying Gravity. It was a project that I have been dreaming about doing for the past 10 years, actually. Jane Anderson wrote this play about the Challenger, the space shuttle, the Challenger that crashed. And her premise in this is how to take a national tragedy and find healing and create a piece of artwork around it.
Wow.
So this was a staging, and I always envisioned doing a piece, you can see it right now, I always envisioned doing a piece with ladders. For some reason, I kept seeing ladders because all the people in this, all the characters in the show were striving to reach for something
So
bigger
before
than
you do
themselves.
a show like this, as heavy as a show like this, you envision things and like the ladders, you see those before
I
you...
see
before-
things.
Yeah, that's
I
neat.
see things.
That's
I
neat.
guess you can take that, and you can take that any way you want.
Bonnie,
but I
that's all the time we
see
have.
things.
No, that's wonderful.
So, and that's, by the way, the gentleman standing is my husband, Ken Gilbert, co-artistic director, and he played Monet in this piece.
Nice, nice.
Thanks.
You
All
bet.
right.
Wonderful. Let's mention your website once again, and then we have to run.
Dramadogs.org,
Dramadogs.org.
and our fundraising campaign is called 12-12-120.
2 coffees and a scone. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Two
it.
coffees and a scone.
I want to thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
here. Yes.
My
I look
pleasure.
forward to seeing
My
you in the
pleasure.
future, and
Good.
we'll talk more about
We'll
it later.
talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bonnie Lewis.
Thank you.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest has done everything from Broadway off-Broadway. She's been in television and film. She's still going very strong. Please welcome Miss Ivy Vahanian. Please. Welcome. Please, have a seat. Yeah, so when I read about and heard that you were going to come on, I was thinking, I was in awe, and I still am a little bit. You've been on Broadway.
I have been.
And there's the Coram Boys?
Coram Boy,
Wow.
yeah. It was a play that came from the National, actually, in London.
Right.
And they were doing an American cast, and I was really lucky. Actually, when I went into audition for it, and my agent set me up, and I was auditioning to play a boy. And which, you know, I feel quite feminine and things like that. So I was like, okay, but I'm going to go in. And I went in, I was really excited. And I knew the casting director from another time. And she liked me. And so I go in, and I was horrible. I mean, I was so bad. She was like, okay, stop. And I was like, I know, I really, I'm trying to get this out. And she goes, but did you get the Melissa sides? And I said, no, but that's what I feel right for. So I went out, I went out, and 5 minutes later I came back in, and I nailed it. And I only had 2 auditions, whereas everyone else in the cast had probably, I mean, I shouldn't say everyone, I don't know, but a bunch of them had, you know, maybe 7 or 8 auditions for the whole thing.
Wow.
I came in, boom, boom, boom. So the whole show was incredibly perfect, really, honestly. It was just such an incredible synergistic sort of experience. So.
When you go when you go audition in New York, I mean, is it a tough crowd?
Yeah.
There's a lot of competition, isn't there?
The most in the world, I imagine. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Now you mentioned Melissa Sides. Okay, was it?
No, Melissa's the name of the character that I played. I played Melissa and the Angel, and I got to fly. It was amazing. I was like, I get to fly on Broadway, 40-foot wingspan. It was really incredible. Yeah.
That's neat. So you were off Broadway.
Yeah, I got to work with Austin Pendleton.
Can I ask a silly question?
Sure.
What's the difference between Broadway and off Broadway, besides the obvious of it not being on the street?
Well, I mean, it really is sort of, it's your house, it's the theater that you're at, the contract that you have. You know, there's quite a lot of off Broadway. There's actually quite a lot on Broadway as well, but it has more to do with your house and your contract and things like that.
I see. I see.
And much closer to Broadway.
So you were in New York, you did that, and I read there's a lot of, was it Connecticut? You did a lot of stuff in the
I did a couple
Eastern
things in
corner?
Connecticut, yeah. At Theater Works, I did the Crido Canvas, and I was naked on stage for 20 minutes.
Really?
That was an interesting show.
How many people went to see that?
It was they sold out. It was like the best-selling show
Do we wonder why?
You know, and there was a man naked as well, so it was like equal opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't know where to go from here.
Well, let me help you out. So
Yeah,
then I did another. We did some readings, and actually a friend of mine right now, Robert O'Hara, who's an amazing playwright and director. He's doing a thing at Playwrights Horizons. And I'm so proud of my friends. They're doing amazing things. It's a play, a house on 42nd Street that's just a New York institution right now.
Wow.
That's just an incredible place to do theater.
I mentioned 2 years ago I went to Manhattan for the first time. I went to see the Rolling Stones in
wow.
New Jersey, and that was my first taste of Manhattan. Boy, was that fun. I grew up in Seattle, Washington. We were talking briefly before.
A proper city.
A proper city? I don't know what
is.
that means. What is it?
Well, I guess, you know, once you've lived in New York, you kind of go to these other places, and to me, there has to be, I don't know, I think there's an energy thing, but there's also the buildings, there's the people, there's the walkability, there's just like,
Just the make-believe cities
and
and
then
the
hold
real
itself
cities.
up, you know.
Yeah. The downtowns, have you ever been to Seattle? In the downtown, I mean, it's just one of my very favorite places in
it's
the
really,
world.
the traffic sucks though.
Traffic's horrible. Yeah, there's just I-5, and I don't know if they're going to double-decker it or triple-decker it.
Oh my gosh.
They have to do something. But Space Needle, have you been to the Space Needle?
No, I haven't.
Oh boy, when I'm at the top of that Space Needle, suddenly everything makes sense.
Yeah, oh good.
Yeah, you'll have to go up
My
there
gosh,
sometime.
yeah, that's
really
a big
nice.
recommendation.
Let's not talk about me anymore. So we mentioned that you had something going on here in town.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, let's hear
Actually,
it.
so I went to Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh,
Carnegie
which is a
Mellon, yes.
conservatory.
You studied there.
Yes, I studied there, acting, and then when I was moving to Santa Barbara, I was totally freaked out, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? What am I going to do here?" I mean, I love Santa Barbara, and it's incredible.
Can I ask you how you picked Santa Barbara?
My husband.
Okay.
Actually, he's from Sweden, but he picked Santa Barbara.
Good for him.
Yeah. And we met in New York, and he said, "Well, come on out here," and I was like, "No." And then we had a horrible winter in New York, and I was like, "Yeah." It's like, okay, maybe. So
It's not bad here, is it?
no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like, it's amazing. You know, you walk around, people are, another day in paradise. And you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But so I was frantic when I got here, and I Googled acting something, and Peter Frisch came up. And Peter he was the head of the department when I was at Carnegie Mellon. And I went, really? For real? You know, so we connected, and we've become really close friends and wonderful colleagues, and I respect him so much. And it's been an incredible journey. So we developed a theater company. We started one, and we just finished the show that I was a part of. We launched it. It's called Time Stands Still, and was set in New York City, in Williamsburg, which is like my heart. I'm a Brooklyn girl at heart. So,
Neat.
but this play was just incredible. It was so good for me to be back on stage, to be in the throes of it, to really throw myself into it. So.
Are you and Peter working on more things coming
Yeah,
up
we
here?
are. We're announcing our season coming up. Oh gosh, I don't know if I'm allowed to even really talk about it.
I think they called and said you can.
Are we really?
Yes.
Oh my God, because we're doing a fundraiser on the 14th of
yeah.
September. But we're doing a play.
I'm
by-
kidding. Nobody called me. I'm
Oh,
just
no.
trying to get you to say it.
He's gonna get me in
Yeah,
trouble.
just tell us what you're saying.
Okay, well, but
I'll be
so,
on
and
the
I
hush.
think that Jerry DePago, who is he's a screenwriter. He wrote Instinct and Phenomenon and things. He's a local guy here.
Okay.
He and Peter are colleagues and have known each other, and so we're doing his play set about Santa Barbara. It's called 154 and Paradise Road. And it's this incredible, he writes in magical realism, and it's really
Are you in it?
really fun. I am in it.
Now, when is this going to be?
You
can't tell? Okay,
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
want
I
you-
do. I know, but I feel like a bad
person?
No. Well, maybe no. No, it's we're competing though with the film festival. So please, everyone in the world, come to our show the second weekend. So I think it's the 3rd and 4th weekends in January at
Okay.
Center Stage.
Center Stage.
But you can go to our Facebook page, the Producing Unit, and
The Producing Unit. Facebook, the Producing Unit on
Exactly,
Facebook.
yes,
And then you
please.
want to like that, right? You hit like.
you
on
like it, yeah. And then
Yeah.
and we really need to start a base of. It's just brand new. This is all fledgling sort
That's
of thing.
exciting.
So it's really
exciting. You're working with Peter Frisch. You mentioned you Googled Peter Frisch, and I told you
Yeah.
real quick. Last year I did a little acting thing
Right.
for the first time, and I got very scared the night before. So I Googled acting coach in Santa Barbara. Peter Frisch came up. I ended up sitting in his living room a few hours later. Really, I mean, he made it okay for me.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so
well, it feels good.
I'm
when
a
that
Peter
happens.
Frisch student myself.
There you are. So
Yes.
maybe you could be in one of our plays someday.
Perhaps, I'll see. We'll see. So I have a couple of pictures.
Do you? Let me
Yes,
see
and I
then,
had
let
so
me
many to choose from, and these are the ones that I ended up with.
see. Okay.
But you know what? I wanted to talk real quick. I want to talk about Law and Order.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I watched you have the YouTube. Well, I'm going to say
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah,
video,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
don't like it too much.
It's sort
I
of
love it.
an old reel. Yeah. It's just
What was the character's name again?
Sammy Chomak.
Yeah.
And she was this great
But you know that little what? A,
hygienist from the Bronx, and she was
Yeah.
dating a guy in prison, and the whole thing.
It was a 60-second
yeah,
little
it was
thing.
short.
But it's
it was
good.
longer actually. Yeah, I didn't take the whole thing for my reel.
Right.
It was a
Well,
little
there's
bit longer.
whole
but
episode attached to
well,
that someplace.
yeah.
I imagine old Tammy had some problems with the law later on in that episode too.
No, I don't know actually. I think she was, she's pretty tricky. So I
Well, she
think
lost her phone and then found it, and then.
Yeah.
But then they said we're going to talk to the other girl, and she was a little
No, I was pretty upset. Yeah.
surprised about that.
I know. I didn't know there was no
Yeah, I
phone.
like that. Anyway, I had to talk about that. All right, so I have a couple pictures,
Alrighty.
and this one
Uh-oh.
looks like things aren't going as planned.
Oh God.
Can we get a close-up of that?
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Yeah, a
this
little
was for Time
surprise.
Stand Still. Yeah, this was yes, Peter took these stills for when we were rehearsing, and no, things weren't going so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I saw it, I mean,
Yeah.
talk about acting. Everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody, but I've certainly in the past have had situations very similar to this, and that feeling just ripped right through me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
That's
you did
kind
your
of
job.
amazing. Thanks.
Yeah.
I wish you would have seen the play.
Yeah, well, from
that's
here on
fine.
in, I'll be all right.
Oh, this is lovely. This
Yeah,
is
this
a-
is nice.
Sean McNall, he's a Juilliard actor, and this is what Austin Pendleton. Do you know Austin? He is the stuttering lawyer in My Cousin Vinny. You know him if you see him.
Oh,
He directed Elizabeth. Oh my God, who's the famous Elizabeth?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Thank you.
Yes. I
wow.
almost stuttered myself.
Yeah, she on Broadway. He directed her in The Little Foxes, and he is amazing.
Is he a local guy?
No, he's in New York, and this was just one of the most fulfilling things I've done also with this theater company called The Pearl. theater company, and it was just amazing.
You know some pretty heavy hitters from New York.
You know, yeah. I
So
mean,
when
I
I'm
was
ready,
there a
you
long
can,
time.
when I go to New York, you can tell me, give me a phone number or something.
Sure.
Yeah, neat.
I know some small-time mafiosos too.
Well, I don't think I'll be.
I can tell you some
I
stories.
don't like them.
They're nice guys. This is also Joanne Camp. That was the same play. Yeah, just amazing.
This looks like looks like Broadway.
Yeah, well, it's off Broadway. Lillian Hellman's Toys in the Attic, and I played Lily. And when you find out about Lillian Hellman as the writer, and then it's just it's so rich. You know, I feel so grateful.
There was one picture that I saw. It was you, and there was like, I don't know, 20 people around you, and it was the most beautiful picture. And you'll have
That
to
was
go
on
on
Broadway,
and,
yeah.
oh man,
it's
and I couldn't print it.
Yeah, it's too bad because that, I mean, it's such a beautiful. Coram Boy was such a stunning visual piece of work. It was
The
just
dolls.
gorgeous. The dolls, yeah, and
Right.
I got to give birth on stage and go through this whole thing, and I mean, it's just such an. And this is where a lot of the girls played boys, and we actually were up for 6 Tonys for that play.
Wow.
You know, and it was. We also had a 20-person operatic choir. We sang, we danced. It was really. It was at the time it was the most expensive play ever on Broadway. So
Neat.
yeah. And this is Time Stands Still that we just did.
Yeah, this was something when I saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's you at the top, right?
That's me at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was, you know, it was just such an incredible play to be a part of. I was a photojournalist and went away to Iraq, and then, you know, came back, and just how it affects your life, seeing these things. Yeah.
Amazing.
A lot going on.
Well, thanks for being part of that.
Yeah.
Hey, I understand we have a person sitting next to you that you've actually done some work with.
We did. We love each other.
Yeah, the
did.
deer.
We're acting people. We're supposed to love each other.
Yes,
So we do.
What have you guys done together?
We did the vagina monologues.
Oh, good. That's how I asked that.
Dido production.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was
Now
fantastic.
that was really popular too, wasn't it?
It really was.
That's
yeah.
what, several years ago?
I think that was your first. It was a couple years ago. That was your first,
Not my first thing here at all. Yeah.
Ivy's first thing here. So we all
Locally.
got to
Yeah.
hear about.
Yeah.
That's neat. Everybody
Sort of
and Peter,
jumped in
and
together.
you, I'm sure you know Peter Frisch.
I know Peter.
Heck, we all know Peter Frisch.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
started using his name a little more often.
Well, he was at the Granada too. I don't remember how many years, but a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next play that you're going to be involved with, you have a
Is this 154 in Paradise
That's
Road?
right, that's right.
And we'll see. I'm auditioning for other things, and we'll see what happens there.
really. So what happens? So now, if it's your own play company, do you automatically get the part?
No, not always. You know, we really want to build a really good company, but you know.
I think if it's mine, it'd be like it's like the in Little League, the coach's kid who gets to
Exactly.
pitch.
Right, yeah.
But you have to audition for yourself. They're telling me we have all our time is up.
No, I know.
But it's been wonderful talking
Such
to
a
you.
pleasure. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you,
and,
Ben.
and Bonnie,
Thank you.
yes,
Thanks.
I think we have a pretty darn good show here, guys.